Hey guys, I just wanted to do a quick video. This isn't my normal update, and I hope this isn't too blurry, or I hope I'm not too loud. I've never used this before, but this is the built-in um, laptop camera I've got, and right now I'm charging both my cameras, my other ones. So I'm just going to do this video real quick while I'm waiting. But this is one that I've seen a lot of people putting out there, and it's just going to be kind of my Halloween routine video, maybe my recommendations. Not necessarily what I think is like the best Halloween movies, just the ones particular that I'm going to watch, this year because I change it up every year from time to time, just according to whatever my taste is. But I'm just going to go ahead and jump in here. I've got a pretty good stack. I'm going to do roughly like 20 different things. And it's a mixed bag of stuff that's kind of fun and scary and campy and cheesy stuff. It's just a little bit of everything, but it just happens to be the stuff that I'm watching this year. So if for some reason you're like, why is he like that movie? Then you'll know that it's not my favorite movie. It just happens to be one I'm watching this year. This one though is a really good one. The first one to start off the list is Fright Night. And this is one of those totally 80s movies that if you haven't seen it, you need to see it because this is definitely one of the better vampire movies from the 80s. So I really think pretty much this and Lost Boys are the vampire movies of the 80s, but Fright Night's one of the ones I'm going to watch this year. Just a classic. There's my cat in the background. Another one from my childhood that I really, really like, and this one's kind of more of a fun movie, um, is Monster Squad. Um, I haven't seen this in a couple of years. I got this when it very first came out, and I think I watched part of it and then just kind of forgot about it. But I'm going to watch Monster Squad again. This is a good one that just kind of goes back to the original Universal monsters, just the kind of like the classic mummy, vampire, Wolfman, all that stuff. So if you like that kind of stuff and you want something that's a little bit more fun, not very scary, it's kind of one of those movies that maybe family style movies, sort of. This was a good one. Um, this is another one from the 80s. I think I'm just getting a big kick here. The Stuff. I haven't seen this in a long time. I actually really like this movie. When I was a kid, I was blown away by the just there isn't much to this movie, but it's just one of those very nostalgic movies that my friends and I used to always get together and watch. And I always thought it was kind of funny, but it's very cheesy and kind of campy. But it really tries to come across as pretty serious. But it's a good movie. It's a kind of like it's like a twist on something like Blob, but a little bit more subversive style. But yeah, this is a good one from the 80s. I've also got a few things on my list that I haven't seen that I'm just going to watch this year for whatever reason. And the next one, that's what this is. I forgot to show this in my update last time. I got Suspiria at this place. It's kind of like a flea market, like a little junk store that's local. And I got it for $5, and the case was really torn up. So kind of, was making sure they weren't watching. I switched cases on it, but I paid the full $5. And it did include the insert and stuff. And this is the Anchor Bay edition, just the single disc. But I haven't seen this, so I know that everybody talks about it. So I'm really kind of excited. I've been saving this one for Halloween. This is one that probably the first one on my list that I really think of as a pretty scary movie. It's not a real shocker style movie. It's more of like the suspense, psychological movies. But this one, for whatever reason, always gets underneath my skin, and it's May. I saw this movie probably originally about it was like 2005, something like that, probably 2004. I don't really remember, but after this, I uh, I ended up just showing it to everybody. In fact, for the longest time, I had the DVD rental of this that I got, and I used to make everybody watch this. And it's a really kind of weird movie. I really think you're going to love it or hate it, but if you do like it, you'll understand why. It can get in your head. This is a great movie. If you've never seen it, at least put it in your Netflix queue. It's a good eerie one for Halloween. This is one of the movies that I really, in a weird way, feel like it's a, I guess I should say, kind of like a guilty pleasure style movie because I feel like I really like this movie more than most people do. So, but it's Nightbreed. A lot of people that talk about how much they like Clive Barker, Hellraiser's their go-to movie, you know, and you don't hear much of his other movies that are mentioned very much. In fact, a lot of people felt like Nightbreed was one of those movies that didn't really come out as well as he had hoped or something, and he might have, this could have been a series like Hellraiser. They could have done a couple of sequels to this, and they didn't. And I highly doubt they ever do anything about this. There's not even a very good edition of Nightbreed ever put out. This DVD is pretty basic. I know that there's a few like kind of like like a unrated director's cut type of thing that used to be floating around on VHS, maybe in the 90s or 80s. I've read about it several times, but I've never seen it. But supposedly, whoever owns the rights to this, Warner Brothers, Morgan Creek, whatever, they just have left it in the vault. They don't care, and that's kind of sad. But I really like Nightbreed. This is one of those movies that you're gonna love it or hate it. This is one that I saw recently, like maybe a year and a half ago or something like that, and I really thought it was good. So if you get a chance, The Exorcism of Emily Rose is pretty decent. It's one of those movies that's more realistic. So this is a good one. Not much you can say on this one. It's not real over the top. It's kind of one of those two different versions of the same idea. You get to see two perspectives, and then you either believe it or you don't. But it's a good movie for what it is. I liked it. This is a movie that I thought I had on DVD, but I couldn't find it. So I've got the HD DVD here. This is another one of those movies I feel like it's like a guilty pleasure style movie. And it's Dead Silence. A lot of people don't like this. I actually kind of like it. I feel like the Saw movies get talked about a lot, and then this movie was the movie everybody hated. But maybe it's just because I don't like puppets. Ventriloquist dummies and stuff like that have always creeped me out. So I'd kind of always felt like I was waiting for a movie like this to come out because I like movies like this, like Puppet Master and other movies similar to it when I was younger. And there hadn't been anything really in a while that seemed updated. So that's what this is. For my list, this is just it's a good kind of current creepy movie. And I'll probably do like one or two more, and then I'll stop this video and I'll do a part two to this because I've got like roughly 20, and it's going to go over 10 minutes, but I would rather it be kind of like split in the middle instead of like just getting a few videos in the end. The last one I'll talk about, and the reason why I put this on my list is just because it's new. I haven't seen this yet. I didn't go see it at the movie theaters, and I really, I, I can say that I have low expectations for it. But being a Nightmare on Elm Street fan of the original, I'm going to watch it. So I haven't seen this yet. It's still sealed, but I've just been kind of waiting to be in the mood. I just got it on Tuesday, and I think I'll probably watch it this weekend or the next weekend because all these movies I'll roughly watch over the course of this whole month, mostly closer to Halloween, but I've already started watching a few of them. But this is that. So I'll go ahead and start the video at this point, and I'll do the other half of my video, which contains. Well, I'll do one more. How about that? Because I see that I've got 11 here. The last one I'm going to put on the list here is, and I've got just the collection of Frankenstein here. This is the Legacy collection, but I'm not a humongous fan of the later stuff, like Frankenstein meets, Wolfman and stuff like that. House of Frankenstein, Ghost of Frankenstein, things like that. That's okay. The gems of this, because I think the only ones that are actually on this one, I think the Frankenstein meets Wolfman is probably not on this collection. Maybe in the Wolfman collection or something. I'm not really too familiar with all those later ones, the ones they did in the 40s. But the gems of this one are The Bride of Frankenstein and then the original Frankenstein. If you know me, you know that. That's my favorite movies of the old classic series. So I'll end this here, and in the next video, I'll have the next 10. Thanks, guys. Take care.